I think this might happen a lot these days because we're getting out and about more and seeing more people. Have you recently bumped into someone in the street and you know them well, you've known them for years, but you can't in that moment recall their name? It can be an awkward situation. It happened to me just last week. Exactly like that. I bumped into someone who I've known for a good few years, but I hadn't seen their face in 18 months, probably longer, and their name didn't jump back to me. And we were talking and chatting for a bit, and I knew what she did and everything about her, but the name wouldn't come to me. And I think there's some science in there that the neural pathway between the trigger between seeing someone's face and their name coming to you, that hadn't happened in a while because obviously I hadn't seen her. And so all the time I was chatting, I had this awkward feeling because I was annoyed at myself for not recalling the name. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the conversation, it came to me just like that in a flash, and all of a sudden I relaxed, I became more comfortable, and I used her name, I threw her name into the conversation to make her feel more comfortable as well, that I did remember her name, because there's a famous phrase, the most beautiful sound that a person can hear is the sound of their own name being said to them. So that was a really interesting episode for me. We continued the conversation and it ended nicely, and I felt like it was a nice interaction, and I kind of, knowing myself, if I'd have walked away from the interaction without having recalled her name and knowing that it would have come to me later, I'd have had a little bit of regret about that conversation, but I didn't, and all was well. So has that happened to you recently? I'm sure it has. We're living in a strange time where lots of people who we would have encountered in the last 18 months we just haven't been in contact with, and we haven't been able to trigger that pathway of see the face, recognize the name. A little bit of brain science for you on a Wednesday morning. As always, everyone, have a fantastic week.